These are the things we were running away from, Your Honor, when we enacted Constitution 2010. Therefore, I agree with my learned brother here who described this application in its truest form as incompetent, an abuse of a court process, even if, and I believe they took hold of all the telephones by the gentleman before you, they can still continue and hack them. And that does not require 14 days. They're hacking them. If there's any offense disclosed, then whoever, in a peaceful manner, Your Honor. And the only proviso is unarmed. These people are chained to each other. As I said, I reiterated the earlier argument. Therefore, we urge that you release these peaceful Kenyans unconditionally to go and join the rest of the Kenyans as they welcome the new year. My colleagues may want to come.
Allow me to go straight away to the supporting affidavit. Because if the supporting affidavit does not support the holding of this Kenyan, distinguished Kenyan, then there is nothing more. The court has just to discharge them. There's nothing like issue stringent conditions. On what? There are no charges before you. Just a request for the police to spend New Year with them, and they are not their relatives. They are not a whole day where they have been doing other things. So once you find that this affidavit that I'm about to persuade you discloses no offense, because you're being told they were about to commit offenses against the peace, then Corporal Anthony Kerini, he states the first and second paragraph. The first paragraph he says is competent to swear the affidavit. The second one, I'm investigating offenses of incitement to violence, disobedience of the law, contrary to Section 96 of the Penal Code, taking part in unlawful assembly, contrary to Section 78(1), as read with Section 79 of the Penal Code, creating disturbance in a manner likely to cause a breach of peace, contrary to Section 95 of the Penal Code. Then he goes on, so he's investigating, he's not sure, because if he was, he would be saying they committed a breach of the peace, they did A, B, C, D. He could even be saying how they incited violence, but he doesn't say so. He just names the offenses he wishes to investigate. Then he says they were in the Nairobi Central Business District, as though that was a crime. Then he says the mobile phones have been taken away. He's disclosing that the police have actually violated the law. They cannot take their mobile phones without a court order. Because in the first place, they are not under investigation for any offense. The police are saying largely they are investigating offenses. They are not accusing any one of them of committing that offense. They are merely under investigation. So they've already deprived them of property contrary to the Constitution. Then they say they are looking for CCTV footage, paragraph 5, near Java and Naivas supermarket. I think this is now meant to make our imagination work and think that Java and Naivas were under threat. We are not told these two establishments are suspects, and there is no offense in being near them. They are looking for customers daily. And if they were near them, then they were potential customers, not a threat. Then they are saying they are yet to obtain CCTV footage. 24 hours, more than 24 hours have elapsed. If they were serious, they would already have had the CCTV footage and they would already know if an offense was committed. They are talking of witnesses are yet to record. Which witnesses? This type of offenses, it's only police who are the witnesses. If police have not recorded their statement or come forward, then there is no evidence unless if they are saying give us time to cook. The respondents, if released, may continue to disrupt peace and tranquility. We have not even been told that they have disrupted peace. He is just saying he is investigating offenses. So which peace and tranquility will they disrupt? In fact, it is police who, before the national television and media, disrupted peace and security by throwing tear gas on armless people, mistreating them, dragging them on the streets while making arrests. Your Honor, we've asked you to take judicial notice of these events, which were widely publicized in the media. A request. They are also complaining of that they will continue to incite on social media platforms. I'll confirm that I follow some of these gentlemen arraigned here. And I have not seen anything as a member of public, and I am sure no member of public has complained that they have incited them. So these are just a wild, fishing expedition. Let me not call it a name we were once called by a court of law, unethical. So let me just say that it's a fishing expedition. It should not be allowed. And this affidavit does not even disclose anything worthy of investigation. We are therefore urging you to release these patriotic Kenyans who left their work to pressure for the release of abductees. And they are actually carrying out their duty in the Constitution to uphold and defend the Constitution when they are asking for the release of others. Your Honor, it's the courts of law that arbitrate when there's a conflict between those in authority and citizens. It's a straightforward matter. Just set them at liberty. Let the police go and reread the Constitution of Kenya. Let the administration, the current administration, reread the Constitution of Kenya. It doesn't say anywhere that when those in authority are not pleased by the questions Kenyans are asking, Kenyans have to be incarcerated. Allow us to all go and make our preparations for the new year by releasing these gentlemen. And before I sit, I would like to bring to your attention that Honorable Okia Omtata was injured in the course of arrest. He has a painful and swollen shoulder. Apart from being denied access to his blood pressure medicine, he needs to see a doctor now. It should have been yesterday, but now will be good. So we urge that the year be released and let our lives all go back to normal. And it does appear that he's not the only one. I can see a swollen hand there, Your Honor. And all of them actually need medical attention. And his chest was stamped on. So all of them need medical attention. I had already indicated they were manhandled, they were dragged on the street, they were kicked. They need medical attention now.
Your Honor, if I may, on behalf of the 23rd respondent.
We have a procedure which we are following. Your Honor, allow me.
An officer, to the level of an inspector of police, must then give a proclamation. It is in the same law, and allow Kenyans to disperse loudly and clear with a loud machinery, and give them about 15 minutes to disperse. Your Honor, in the event that doesn't happen, then other consequences may follow. And that did not happen in this particular case. And Your Honor, looking at the affidavit and the Constitution as it is, Your Honor, some people may argue that this court does not interpret the Constitution, and this court deals with constitutional issues all the time. That Article 49 and 50 do apply. Your Honor, I plead with you to find that the application did not warrant a merit, and therefore it should be dismissed. And if you do not find that the same, then Your Honor, you could release, the Constitution allows you to release them on free bail or on bail as requested, so that they could avail themselves before the police for investigation. I thank you, Your Honor, and plead with you to release the accused persons.
Your Honor, on behalf of the Law Society, we will be assisting the court to look at the law. And I know many of our colleagues here will also be committed to address the court on these issues. I will focus more on the law and agree entirely with what has been submitted in opposition to this application. First and foremost, Your Honor, my good brother from the DPP is being given a task that is akin to a mortician. It is a very dirty task, but he must do it nonetheless. This procedure has been found to be constitutionally offensive in many instances. I will highlight the cases so that the court can digest the veracity of the legal issues that have been canvassed in these authorities. The first authority, Your Honor, is Michael Rotich versus Republic, 2016 EPLR. Your good elder brother, now in the Court of Appeal, Luka Kimaru, expressed himself as to the constitutional improperness of applications to continue detaining persons, especially without a formal draft charge, to inform them of the offenses that they will be charged with. In fact, your brother Kimaru went ahead to state that the reason why the Constitution states to be informed of the reason for the detention continuing. Now, once you are arrested, you have been detained. But the continuing of the detention then, as is present in this application, can only be met with the presentation of a holding charge. At the very minimum, he emphasized. Your other elder brother, Professor Joel Ngugi, in the now famous Oscar Sudi case, went ahead to expand what Article 49 requires a court to do. He says, in that case, paragraph 24, that first, the state must persuade the court that it is acting in absolute good faith. I will not dare to ask anyone to raise their hands if they believe there is good faith here today. But if I did, Your Honor, you will realize that even the journalists with us here today will not believe that the state is acting in good faith. Secondly, that the state must demonstrate that the continued detention of the individuals without charge is the
equity. And when we come to court, we must come to court with clean hands. What is happening to the senator is despicable, deplorable, reflects a banana republic function at its worst. Your Honor, Mr. Ndegwa, my friend Mr. Ndegwa, and myself spent about 4 hours at the office of the OCPD in Nairobi. One, we just wanted to see Senator Omutata as his counsel. We were denied that opportunity, although he was at the police. Secondly, Your Honor, the senator is a sick man, and his brother had the medicine. I saw the medicines with my own eyes. We wanted to make sure that he continues to be alive and in good health. We pleaded with the police, senior police officer was in duty many hours. I had given the opportunity to address our learned media on what is going on. He was denied medicine and it's a sick man. Your Honor, the senior police officer must have been acting on instructions from the legal advisor. He must have been acting on advice from the senior police officer. Your Honor, for them now to come with this document, which I've just seen here, and ask for certain orders, I'm asking you very respectfully, rise to the occasion and say to them, no, that will not be the position in Kenya, where you are deny a client, an advocate, his right to the counsel under the Constitution. Where you deny a client or a suspect medicine as required by the Constitution. There are very clear provisions in the Constitution. One of them, if I may borrow the word, says that a person shall not be denied medicine or treatment at all. He was. Your Honor, we have had enough of this, of what is going on in the country. No wonder that the Kenyans are now filing a petition at the head of the position that the country finds itself in. Rise to the occasion and show the people outside that there is still rule of law in the country. That we are not yet a banana republic. That's all on. Reject what the DPP has said. It's a disaster. That's not what we fought for. That's not what the founding fathers fought for. It's disgraceful and to embarrass those people like ourselves. I've had to run so many within a short time to be here. I'm doing so at my age of 88 to ensure that we have a rule of law in the country. Thank you.
You want to maybe senior counsel could sum up for the respondents and then get submissions from the DPP says there's nothing.
You're supposed to work.
That is not a condition. Let me put it, and I repeat myself and retaliate so that Cansol can come in properly. I said in the unlikely event that this court will not grant us the fair court interpretation, stringent measures to be taken. And in plain English, by bad luck, this court finds against us.
We oppose you, Honor. Is implying that the Honorable Court in
Sorry,
because of the disparity is a bad luck?
No, I was just translating in plain English.
Say it, but not you.
Further to that, there was another issue that probably is good I address, the issue in regards to the mobile phone. Your Honor, the procedure for extraction an application must be brought before court. The same has been made known to this court that there is need for the state information to be extracted, and that is the direction that this court can go. We have not yet extracted because even the timeline will not allow us to subject the same to forensic examination. Your Honor, the main issue in regards to why the officer is taking custodial orders for the same suspect is that to enable investigations completed due to the short nature and the provisions of our constitution that the arrested persons must be produced in 24 hours. Some aspects of the investigations can proceed while the persons in court are out on bond, but some cannot take place when they are outside. Your Honor, we request this court to grant us the order.
Things of law, not facts. So you need to limit yourself to the law.
I'm just
Okay, but you cannot
I'm
reiterate the facts.
responding to an issue that was brought up.
No, but you have to limit yourself to the issues of law. That's the response.
Yes, Counsel. Kindly let me proceed. Otherwise, we will just and we are actually consuming a lot of court time. Your Honor, what is before you? An application seeking precisely what is provided for under the law. Section 36. Section 36 says, if I can quote it, Your Honor, where there are compelling reasons for believing the suspect shall not appear in court.
Cancel. We are not on our feet. But you cannot raise new issues.
So as I was informing this court, where there is a likelihood to commit an offense or continuance of the offense, and the same is indicated in the application by the officer. And if I will be precise, I think Cansol has taken that is in paragraph of the affidavit. Paragraph 7. That is, the respondent, if released, may continue to disrupt peace and tranquility. Your Honor, let me proceed, Counsel. You've told me to read it, and I've read it.
Yeah, you know, the risk that the council is inviting us to is when you allow him to regurgitate the facts. If he does not have anything to say, you see, we just take to say.
So, Your Honor, what Counsel has just said, that was pursuant to Section 36, where I think the detention of the same persons and so forth, there is a likelihood of continuous committing of the offense, and the same we urge the court to allow this application in its totality, seeking for the 14 days. I think I've responded to all those issues that have been brought. Or the final issue that have been brought on issues of the breach of certain violations of the Constitution. There is a proper forum for the same constitutional court where they say their applicants, whether they are denied counsel, representation, and all can be dealt with and conversed properly. That will be all.
Your Honor, there is an issue he has brought up, just one issue, saying that this court can grant the order for the phones, for information to be extracted by the phone. This court cannot. And I urge you to look at the notice of motion. It has only one prayer: to detain them. They have assumed they have the right to rummage through the property of the gentleman on the dock. So that is not a prayer you can grant. It's not asked for.
One word, Your Honor. Set the senator free, and you can give the reason. And others, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you very much. set them free. Yeah, we are dealing with a country that has no respect for the law, no respect for the Constitution. And the prosecutors do not uphold the oath you have taken.
It's a need to Happy New Year. I've just noted that the gentleman with the phone shut was actually abducted this year. I don't know if anyone can remember. He was abducted for about 5 days. I thought the response would be mindful. This may be just another way to abduct him.
In fact, Your Honor, the senator was abducted, but now it has been turned into a legal thing. But at the beginning, she was actually abducted. They were all abducted.